Okay, so we are live and direct from our Bermuda location. It's very hot and very sunny here today, and we are broadcasting live streaming on Signature FX's YouTube channel, as well as on CTI Imperium YouTube channel. And for the second time now, we've started off the show with a lack of audio. I was able to show you the charts, but the sound was not to be seen. So last time I actually did want to give a shout out to those who are either hearing impaired or unable to hear. And it kind of, in a way, I guess, it allows us to see that sometimes we don't always have the benefit of sound. But we have set up what is a temporary space here in Bermuda. And my hope now is that you can all hear me loud and clear, and we're able to celebrate August together. Let's get some confetti going on. So here's to August, here's to hearing, and here's to a great trading day. Great way to start the month of August. So as I was saying before, and for those of you who can lip read, you would be getting this information for a second time. We had the key data out of the US. So, um, and just let me know if you are in the live chat now, just if you can, just post a simple Y or an N. That will help me to make sure that you can hear me. So Y is yes, you can hear me. And I will continue on from there. Okay. All right. So the key data for this morning, these were the two. Let me redo that. Um, let's do that again. Here we go. So these were the two key ones this morning. I think most market participants were keeping an eye out on non-farm payroll. So that's a key one for us. This is the change in the employed people in the US minus the farming industry. And the reason for that is the farming industry tends to be more seasonal. So they edit out or they don't include farming employees. But it's basically the employment change in the U.S. and the expectation was for 106,000. 106,000. We ended up getting I wouldn't call it an abysmal, but a surprising 73,000. So that's quite a considerable amount less. So let's see how markets react. Unemployment rate as well is something else that came out this morning. That was in line, so that came out as expected at 4.2%. So more or less as expected for that, exactly as expected for unemployment in the US. And now we're watching the reaction on the S&P here, which looks like it doesn't really know what to do as yet. It's floundering around here. At the lowest point overnight, we were down over 1% overnight, which we haven't seen in quite a while. We haven't had a 1% move in the S&P in quite a while. So interesting to see that it was to the downside and that it actually happened last night. Reminder that today is also the day when the Trump tariffs kind of come into maybe not come into effect, but they are formally confirmed today. And then from what I've been reading, there will take a few days for customs to implement the tariffs. But I think today is due to be the last and final day. Trump is not backing down on the tariffs at all. So I'm gonna say thanks to everybody in the live chat and apologies for the way that we started there. We have Mr. General Mortala in the live chat. He is one of the top fans here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We have RBFX99, who's also a top fan with 75 XP. And Kian Niles is the number one top fan for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us this Friday, 1st of August. First day of August. The first of the month is always a little bit a special day. And August is my birthday month actually, so very special month for me as well. So we'll be in Bermuda for the next few days, and we will be taking some time with family and friends and some loved ones to enjoy ourselves and to take a bit of a break from the normal day to day that we normally see. So usually we don't have much to talk about on this show this early, but we're starting to see a little bit of a move higher in S&P here. So we got that non-farm payrolls data now. I think one of the other implications of the, I guess you could call it softer labor data, is that we could see some revisions to it. So this is what I was saying before the mic was cut off. We could see some revisions to it. That's quite kind of due to the fact that today is the very next day after the end of the month. So in order to compile all the data for June, it could be very difficult to say that this is the farm payrolls number is not going to be revised. It has been revised. It has been revised in the past, and because it's such a short turnaround, I could see that easily being revised in the coming weeks. Um, so let's leave that. Which one is this one? That's the one. So each one of these little um, triangles is a revision. So it tends to get revised quite frequently. We can zoom in and have a look at the revisions as well if we like. But I'm just saying that to say, don't be surprised if this number does get revised because it's so close to the end of the month. So yeah, you can see the revisions here, revised up, revised down. So there we go. So we can see if this does hold over the next few weeks and as we get into the end of the towards the middle to end of the month. But S&P starting to react a little bit here after the news. Initial kind of move was lower, and now it looks like it's trying to figure out what it wants to do. Um, Typically, month end tends to see some volatility. So yesterday we did get a move lower, maybe some people looking to take some profits from earlier in the month or earlier in the quarter, positions that they were up considerably. And then last night we moved lower again, going into what I think is Trump's final deadline. And now this morning, getting this employment data, we'll have to see where we resolve for the rest of today. But we're very we're very much a spectator at this point. Summer months tend to be a little bit less liquidity, and you tend to see the liquidity re-enter at the end of summer. So it could be a lot of people taking time off, traveling, family trips, and things of that sort. So I am very much mindful of that as well as we enter August and move into sort of the middle to back end of summertime. We could see some lower liquidity. But we'll be keeping an eye on S&P as well. We have a few other things that we wanted to cover today. One thing I wanted to actually engage with the live chat was, do you have any what's the word? Um, do you have any superstitions? So, is there anything or other things that that you do consistently as a part of your routine to prepare for your trading? So, for example, for me, when I am trading, I I do not wear red, and that's a personal preference of mine. I find that if I don't wear red, I have a more positive outlook, and I'm in the habit of not wearing red. And it's at this point, it's something that I don't even really think about much. But I think each trader, especially if you've been doing this for a while, you tend to kind of build up a set of routines and a set of habits that you do, or preferences even. It could be things like your lucky shirt or your lucky socks that you put on, or it could be what you eat before a trading session, or if you do a certain exercise, or if you go for a walk. Um, if there's, anything, it could be any sort of type of superstitious activity. It could be tapping the table 5 times before you go into a trade. It could be what you drink. So you don't drink, well, I don't drink alcohol when I'm trading. It could be something like that, or you like to drink Coca-Cola before your trading session. Some people may pray before their trading session. So if there's anything that you do before, during, or after your trading session, I'd like to hear about it. So post it in the live chat, and I'd be happy to hear about what you do as part of your trading habits. And it doesn't have to necessarily be superstitious or superstition related. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of music in the background so that we have a little bit of fun in the sun. There we go. Just a little bit of music to kind of set the tone. And we're going to be finishing this show up in a little bit. Um, just a reminder to post in the live chat if you have any superstitious activities or behaviors that you like to do. So please make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment and share this live video. Actually, you know what? I forgot to do that myself. So being in a new location. I'll actually do it live on air here. So being in a new location, sometimes you take a little bit of a while to get fully adjusted. I'm still not fully acclimatized to the time zone and everything. So see if I can. Okay, here we go. And I will and I will repost this. Just say join us live. All right, there we go. Okay, so do that. Do what I just did, please. If you're enjoying what you're seeing and you want to share it with some like-minded people, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video with family, friends, loved ones, anybody that you think will really benefit from this type of content. Just having a look through what's happening in the financial markets today. So what do we got? We would have gotten that data about 15 minutes ago, going up to 20 minutes ago. So I think that would be the headline of the day. We also have the other information about Trump and tariffs. So Trump basically putting his foot down in terms of the U.S. tariffs and making sure that the U.S. will not be tacoing, or he will not be tacoing this, or caving in, or giving up on this tariff deadline that he's adamant that will stick. I think the only added point is that they will now need a few days administratively to put these tariffs into practice, to actually apply them. Yeah, S&P not really moving too much. We did, I would say we're off the lows from overnight. So if let's use this one. Okay, so if this was the absolute overnight low, we're a little bit higher from there, but we're still a ways away from where we finished yesterday. So still off quite a bit on S&P, down over 0.7%, so just about 50 points lower on S&P 500 overnight after getting that employment data out of the US. All right, let's see who else is in the live chat here. Um, yeah, so we did get that sound issue resolved. And you know what? I did test the sound because Bermuda's 1 hour ahead of New York, so we were a little bit behind schedule. And also setting up in the new location took a little bit of time, but you know what? We have that sorted now. We have all of that sorted now. So let's see. We're getting a little comment in the live chat about Gould. So I'm gonna just pull that up and see what Gould is doing. All right, Gould is this way. All right, this is it. Oh wow. Okay, so Gould reacted well. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you for highlighting that in the live chat. Let's see. I think Gould is worth a little bit of a punt here. Let's see here. Gould is moving considerably higher here on the back of that news. So that would have started immediately after that higher non-farm payroll number. Yep. Just before, it looks like. That's crazy. Yeah, thank you for highlighting that in the live chat. That's the good thing about being live and having an engaged live chat. You're able to kind of get your finger on the pulse, get these very quick posts, and that move is whew, very strong, up more than 1% here. So, I mean, it's also worth mentioning, not that it's related to anything here, but Andrew and I actually had a little bit of a side bet on Gould, and look at that. Look at that. I hope Andrew has some time to watch this later on. It looks like we're pretty much smack dab at the price. So this would have been the price of Gould last week when we did the show, and funnily enough, I said higher than 3341. Now the issue is now, do we say at the beginning of the show? Do we say when we mention it during the show? Do we say at the end of the show? I would give this to Andrew. He was calling for Gould to be lower than 3341, but it's I'd say it's a little bit a little funny to see Gould actually pop just slightly above that right after the non-farm payroll and employment data. But I'd give this to Andrew. Fair and square, we are below 3341. But we spent a few minutes. Let's see. Yeah, we just about. It's very, very bizarre that this happened today. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spent about 6 minutes of just under 6 minutes. Peaked above that number. But so congratulations to Andrew for winning the side bet this week. We actually have Andrew taking a day, quality day with family. So whatever you're doing, Andrew, hopefully you're enjoying some time with your family today. And congratulations on winning the side bet for Gould. We'll have Andrew back with us next week for our pre-market show. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for letting us know about that Gould move, because that was that's powerful information. Massive move in Gould, and I wasn't even tuned into that. So let's see. I mean, this could also continue here. It's possible that it continues higher. I do want to have a look at the dollar, because as we continue to chat charts, the dollar is gonna also, I think, yeah, reflect some moves here. So massive move lower in the dollar after such a big month. And I think this may go to the fact that last month the dollar was very strong and it erased a lot of the losses that it saw. So if we kind of step back and look at where the dollar has moved from last month. Just moving down slightly is not really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that massive of a move. But this is where we started July, and it just trickled up very cautiously. We got a little pullback here in sort of like the mid-July time frame, and then it made a second attempt higher and kind of peaked out yesterday to finish off the month of July strong, and then starting off August with a little bit of a move lower. So not sure if this is directly related to the employment data that we got, or if it's a combination of this and the tariff news. Could also be related to the new month flows, end of month money flows could also be potentially impacting this. So just keep an eye out on all your US dollar pairs. Aussie dollar's higher, Euro dollar a lot higher as well, over 1% higher after this non-farm payrolls. Dollar CAD lower. So really across the board, we're seeing what could be, I guess, categorized as dollar weakness. And we did talk a bit about the cooler non-farm payroll number. Dollar is also benefiting from a weaker dollar. Sorry, gold is benefiting from a weaker dollar. Yep. And silver as well. So yeah, let's see how things shake up. I'm going to wrap up the show in a few minutes. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you very much to everybody who is in the live chat. We got quite a few people in here. RBFX was waiting for a little bit. Apologies again for the technical difficulties. We're still ironing everything out. General Mortala's in there. Kian Nils is also in the live chat, and as always, thank you to Justina for everything. Okay, we got about 3 minutes left. So yeah, I mean, I was thinking about the I was thinking about the superstitions, and yeah, I think it's kind of part of trading where it's not necessarily that you believe that things will all fall apart if you don't do them, but I do think that it helps to build the confidence, and it helps to produce positive results. And if you're doing things that you enjoy, or you're doing things that you do consistently, then I think it's all connected. So for example, for me, I choose not to wear red when I'm trading, or on a day when markets are open, even just in case I decide to trade. So I won't wear red. And I just enjoy, finding other colors to wear. And it's become sort of part of my work week. And then on the weekends, I'll wear something red. When I'm not trading, I'll wear something red with pride. I have a really cool Mario Kart shirt that I would wear on days that the markets are closed. So it could be a bank holiday, could be a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever. So it's nice to kind of share these sort of thoughts with other traders. I know everybody has their own sort of idiosyncrasies, and I'm trying to think of other people. So I mean, yeah, I would be happy, and I would really enjoy hearing feedback from other people about what their habits are like, or what some of their superstitions are connected to trading, because I think it's all fascinating to me. Okay, so it looks like the dollar's continuing its downward trend. We will get very soon, so in about 30 minutes, we'll get the opening bell. So we stopped doing the shows during the opening bell so that we can get these shows done before. I find it helps my day a lot, tremendously, to be able to come on here, speak to you all, and then have sort of 30 minutes to get my mind right and to focus on trading. My priority is trading. So also having this opportunity to speak to you before gives me the ability to kind of think through some ideas. For example, that Gould post, which Gould is actually continuing to push now. Um, that's silver, sorry, but I would almost venture to extrapolate that Gould is probably looking to have another leg, another push higher here after that employment data. And I think maybe one of the reasons for this, as I think it through live through my head, is if employment is getting a little worse. So if we're seeing less people employed, then that will then convince or move the Federal Reserve to start cutting interest rates. And in doing the cutting of the interest rates, maybe that's bad for the dollar. That's my initial thinking process as I'm watching the dollar continue to move lower here. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the longer term implications are from this. As we said earlier, we are not sure also whether or not this data that we received this morning is going to get revised. So S&P not really moving at all, despite the US dollar moving quite a bit. S&P not moving much at all at the moment. So we'll keep close tabs on this throughout the day. I'm finishing up. General Mortala, thank you very much for joining as well. We also have S. Martin. Do I need to wait to buy or just sell? So this is not a signal service. We are providing sort of our analysis and our thoughts here. CTI do have various services that they offer. I would kind of explore those if I were you. And there's also a Discord server that you can by all means take full advantage of. But in terms of gold right here, looks like it's getting some love to start off the month of August 2025. Okay, that's it from me. Today is a holiday in Bermuda, and I am going to finish up this live stream, do a little bit of trading on my own, and then from there I'm going to enjoy the Bermuda holiday today. So from all of us here at Signature FX and from CTI, we want to say enjoy your Friday. Happy 1st of August. Have a fantastic end of week and start of month. And yeah, I want to also just say a special thank you to everybody who is watching. We do appreciate you and enjoy your time with us. And what do we call this? What is this show called? Well, we call it the pre-market show. Getting used to a new mic as well is a bit weird. I'm used to having my original mic set up with me, but this is our holiday setup, and we're making it work as best we can. So with that, I want to say a special thank you to everybody in the live chat. We have RBX Forex, we have General Motala, Kian Nils, we have S Martin XN. Probably not saying that correctly, but it's S Marty, sorry, S Marty. And then we also have Justina, who has been very gracious with her time, and she alerted me as soon as we realized we were having some technical difficulties. So thank you very much. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. That's coming from Justina as well in the live chat. So I'll leave you all with this final sort of thought, which is today is another trading day where you follow your process and you want to first and foremost preserve your capital. That's all we ask. Preserve your capital today. And we'll speak to you all again next week. We'll be live from Bermuda next week, Thursday, 1 hour before the market opens. And then on Friday next week, we'll have Andrew with us to run you through the trading day and everything that we see coming up for that second week, or once we finish that first full week of August. Have a great day, everybody. Speak to you all again next time. Take care and happy trading.